Hello, everyone, and welcome to Heroes Amongst Us, a podcast dedicated to spotlighting the heroic stories of our nation's veterans. So, I'm joined today by Corporal Antiga and his beautiful wife, Melody. But I would like everybody to introduce themselves. Glory.
Okay, I'm Glory, Head of Operations for Nigerian Unconquered Foundation.
I'm Corporal Mantiga, Team Captain Nigeria.
Thank you so much.
I'm Mrs. Melody Antiga.
Hi, thank you so much for coming. So, I'd like to start with Corporal Antiga. What was life before the injury? Your life in the army? What was it like?
It was exciting. I had an exciting career in the military. I was discharging my duties very well and had a lot of exciting moments in the job. I did some courses in the army and everything was perfect. Physically, I was strong then, so it was nice.
And then to have such a life-changing experience, how did that affect you mentally? Not just physically, but mentally as well.
Well, before my injury, I know I did a lot of, I was into national parades. I performed a lot of parades in the military. I was opportune to do a parade during the Armed Forces Remembrance Day in 2019. I was opportune to hand over the wreath to the then President Muhammadu Buhari, and I also had the opportunity to meet with the then Prince, but now King Charles. In 2018. We had wreath laying ceremony at the National Cemetery here in Abuja. So I presented wreath to him also then.
Yeah. And then your injury?
My injury, yeah. It was in 2019 during one of our military exercise, sporting exercise. We had usually have sporting exercise in the military job at Agui Run seat precisely. There was this knock I had while running, so when I fell, I had a fractured patella, and it hasn't been easy ever since then. But we keep pushing.
Yeah. So, Miss Melody,
Yes.
I know it's not easy already being a military wife. So, how was it now having to support him while he was injured?
Well, at first, when I got the news, it was not an easy thing because having to stay with him in the hospital, coming back to take care of the kids.
Yeah.
So it was not an easy thing, but I was able to do that with the support of some friends. And during that period, it was Ebola,
COVID.
COVID period.
Yeah.
So there was no work activities. So I have the chance to be at home to do some shifting with some friends, then come back home, take care of the kids. Well, it was not really easy, but I know with prayer, with support of our friends and family, we were able to scale through. So thank God for everything.
So, how did you first hear about Nigeria Unconquered? And how
Well-
did you get into sports recovery?
Well, it was a colleague of mine that came to the house because during my recovery period, I was always indoor. I was feeling sad. Going outside was not just me though.
Yeah.
I was always indoor. So a colleague of mine came to the house to tell me that there's a program for wounded soldiers. I was like, I don't want anybody to come and stress me. I'm already injured already. It was like, it's a sport program. I was like, sport program? I've broken my leg. How can I do sports with it? He said, just go and give it a try. If it's something that you could do, then you can actually do it. I'm a sports person. I love sports, but so I had to go there. So when I got there, and they explained the whole stuff to us at the defense headquarters, how it's all about. I said, okay. I needed to wait and see how it was. Not until we were introduced to some of those adaptive sports.
Yeah.
So when I got there, we were introduced to golf. The first game I was introduced to was golf, but I found it a bit difficult to play because it has to do with balancing. So I had to do away with my stick. So the balancing was a bit awkward.
Yeah.
After then, we were taken for the sitting volleyball, and that was where I found my joy.
So you
It
shined.
yeah, that was where I found my joy. So it was interesting,
Yeah.
being that I don't have to stand. I had to sit and play, pushing the ball. It's a team game, and it was fun.
Yeah. That's nice. So with Invictus Games in Canada coming up, how are you feeling about it? Are you excited?
Well, there's excitement in our camp. Everybody is eager
Yeah.
and can't wait to be there.
Mm.
We are preparing, and hopefully we'll get it right.
So what are your personal goals for this journey? I know it's not, you don't plan on ending it here. So what are the long-term goals?
Long-term goals, the Invictus Games and the Nigerian Unconquered, they have actually opened my eyes to so many things. And participating in the IG23, I was opportunity to speak with people, share stories, and also learn from other nations. I took inspiration from what they were doing there, and currently I see myself volunteering and doing mentorship to lots of people living with disabilities to see how they can come out, that there are hopes for them.
Yeah.
There are hopes for them, so they can do a lot of great things.
Oh, that's really beautiful. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So I have a question for you, Mrs. Melody. As a spouse now, what advice would you give to families that are going through a similar, experience?
Well, my advice to them is they should try to be supportive. It's not being easy though for me,
Yeah.
because knowing that your husband was agile, strong, and active, then all of a sudden he's not been able to participate in other activities that you guys normally do. But you can't change anything about it. It's what comes your way, whether good or bad. You have to take it like that. So I have to advise them that no matter what, because nobody plans for such things to happen.
Yeah.
So even eventually, if it comes your way, you have to take it in good faith, support them physically, mentally, emotionally, and otherwise.
Yeah.
So they shouldn't just abandon their spouse because, I wouldn't say, I beg, because my husband has one leg, I beg, I'm going to leave him. No.
I don't have one leg.
So there are some people would think because of his injury, he will not be able to perform a lot of things, do some stuff. But he's a strong guy. He's doing more than enough. And I'm happy because he's not the type that's always bending on somebody for everything. He's always trying to help himself. He's motivating himself to do many things that some people in his situation cannot do.
Yeah.
So if eventually anybody have found himself in such situation, they should encourage their husband the way I'm encouraging him.
Yeah.
Because definitely I'm encouraging him.
Yeah, you are.
I mean, just from being here, I can tell that there's a lot of support here, and your spirit is unbroken. I will tell you.
Yeah.
That's really beautiful.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, so for Madam Melody, I know that you've been supportive, it's not been easy. Would you say that the sports recovery programs of Nigeria Unconquered has helped him? I mean, from the time he had injury to the time he now found Nigeria Unconquered sports recovery programs, has there been changes? And I know you've come for one of our programs before, the Friends and Family Night.
No.
You've attended. Do you think there's been changes? Do you think it's helped him better? What do you think?
Yeah, the events have really helped him a lot. Because sometimes there are some activities in the military that he cannot participate. But because of these sports now, he's been able to be going out, being able to go do some sports, and it really helped him. It cheers him up. So he's not really that like I'm left out.
Or sad anymore,
Yes,
like
he's
it's brought hope and
it gives him that mindset that he's being carried along, even if he's not in the military way, in another aspect that
he's
doing
still
something.
representing
Yes.
Nigeria anyway. Yeah.
He's doing something.
So it's something you want to see us keep going,
Yeah,
right?
of course. I would like him to continue.
Because it's also helping you.
Yeah,
When
it's
he's happy, you're
helping
happy. And we are here to ensure he stays happy
Yeah.
so that you can be happy. So what are your long-term goals or plans like for Nigeria Unconquered? You know, we are still a very young foundation. We came into the Invictus Games very late and we went to give a stellar performance. As the team captain, I know you guys, we are all preparing. So what do you hope to see? What can you tell us? Oh, this team is going to make Nigeria proud. Yes, we know it's not about the medals, but you know we are Nigerians. Nigerians who always want to win.
Results.
So what can you say to us, the Nigerian Conquered team, to the CDS, to other Nigerians who are looking forward to it? What do you think your team will be?
Well, I would say just as you earlier said that it's not about the medal, but you know in Nigeria it's about the medal. It's what you bring to the table. So Our first outing in Germany was an eye opener. We went there, we learned, we were able to come back with 2 medals. So hopefully, I believe that we've learned a lot, and we've learned a lot of lessons from the our first participation. So my teammates are eager to go to Canada and come back with almost, if not
All
almost,
of them.
all the gold,
Yeah.
all the gold medals there in Canada. So hopefully, we'll not disappoint Nigeria. We'll come back with medals.
Yeah. So I also wanted to know one thing. As a team captain, you interact with all your teams, and this recovery program, what impact do you think it has had? Because I can tell you from our point of view as NUF that when we started this the first time, like Halima, we spoke about it, we had a lot of depressed, sad people who wanted to just hide. They didn't want to show themselves their injuries. They thought life had finished. We had people who were dependent on alcohol and all of that. Very depressed people. But we've seen them come through a journey of, they now interact, they're happy.
Yeah.
They can go out there and pull off their prosthetics and play games. They're no more ashamed, they're no more sad, and they feel like, okay, they're also useful, because most of them felt life had finished.
Yeah.
I remember at the last Invictus Games that one of them, after interacting with people, seeing people from other nations, he was like, see that man, there was an amputee that participated in a race.
Yeah.
And he was faster than people that had legs. So the guy was like, if this person can do this, now I actually know what to do with my
Yeah.
life.
Yeah.
So he gave them hope. I'm not useless to myself. One told me he was useless to his family, so he was hiding. His wife suffered, his children suffered, his friends. He didn't want to see anyone. But after the games and our sports recovery programs, because we incorporate mental health sessions into it, physiotherapy sessions, and friends and families. Why we incorporate the families is community helps recovery process.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay,
Yes.
so they need to also learn how to better support them, because for people who were not born with disability, now living with disability is different, and we do this to help. And there's been progress, improvements when you see them happier, healthier life, more friendly, no more angry and doing soldier. Well, you can interact with them. So what would
Why did you just
say-
look at me?
what would you say you've noticed among your teammates that you've been interacting with so far in the programs, and what do you want to see? What more do you want to see in the program going forward?
Well, you've said it all, though. Most of us were hiding, but with the introduction of the adaptive sport, let me start by using myself as an example. I was an active person in sport. If I was to be on duty and have 2 hours of break, I'll not go home. If I'm coming home, I'm just coming back to pick up my football boots and go to play a football game.
Yeah.
You understand? So having the injury and knowing that you won't be able to play that football anymore, you can understand the place it placed you.
How
Yeah.
it
Actually,
affects your
you
mental
can understand
health,
how it affected you. Now, coming into a recovery program that they said sports recovery program, and you have to participate through sport. And I had this feeling that I won't be able to do anything like sports anymore. And I'm coming to see something that I can now do.
Yeah, master
Yeah.
Love.
sitting volleyball.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, this is interesting. I should be doing this every blessed day. And it also goes the same to my teammates. Everybody there are so excited. Everybody wants to play every day. They want to participate every day. They enjoy the game, because that is where they play and wipe away all their thinking, all their sorrows,
all their
whatsoever have been troubling you. You let go. Once you're at the court of play, once you're on that wheelchair wheeling for rugby games or basketball, it wipes away everything.
Yeah.
So my teammates are very excited to be part of this program. They're very, very excited to be part of this program, and I'm telling you, there have been a lot of changes in them. You can see from Ruth. There's this Sergeant Ruth. She had this
paralysis.
she's paralyzed one side, so when she came, she partial stroke. She couldn't raise this hand up, but with the help of her teammates, because what we do is that we share our stories and we grow and get strength from each other.
Yeah.
My story inspires you
Mhm.
to get strength. Your story inspires me to get strength. So we help each other.
Yeah.
That is what the
That's the
the
platform
dynamic.
NUF has
Yeah.
That is
provided,
the
that
platform
community.
NUF has
Yeah.
provided for us. So she can now lift her hands up. If not, or at least she can lift it.
Yeah.
She wants
It
to do
is a
something.
miracle.
She
It
wants to
is.
do something. The
Yeah.
other hand that she felt that she can use it without this,
Yeah.
the support of this, she can use it to play a volleyball, sitting volleyball. She can use that one hand to play one volleyball.
Wow.
So it's very impactful. So
Clearly,
we really
yeah.
appreciate it.
So you want us to do more of that. You know, he says something about when they're playing, they forget their sorrows,
Yeah.
and we engage them a lot. So by the time they get home,
Mm.
they are too tired to even worry.
Yeah,
They go to sleep,
exactly.
come back the next
back the
day
next day
excited.
energized,
We even
yeah.
had someone who came with crutches. I think you have him in your in a podcast, one of the episodes,
Okay.
when he came to camp with the
Yeah.
crutches. After 1 week, and what we do, the way we tell our programs, you won't have time to think about your problems. You will focus
It's
on what's in
intensive.
front of
Yeah.
you, and like you said, draw strength from your team
Mm.
members.
Yeah.
Do you know, after a week, that guy left the camp without using crutches
Oh,
anymore.
wow.
The way he described it, said like a miracle, because he couldn't walk without the crutches. Coming, the programs, the games, you know, sports is very therapeutic.
Yeah.
Plus our mental health sessions.
Mm.
Sometimes your mind limits you, you know.
Exactly.
You were active,
Yeah.
and then suddenly an accident, your mind tells you cannot. Then you see people who tell you you can.
And that's it. That's all it takes.
Your disability is not inability.
Mm.
You can, and then picks it
That's
up.
all.
He's going around without crutches now.
Oh, wow.
So that's one of the many miracles
Yeah.
performed in NUF.
Yeah.
That's
And so
really beautiful.
you want us to continue. We're going to do even more, incorporating the families even more,
Yeah.
because families are very important in what we do. So yes, Captain, you see us a bit skippo, yeah?
Yes, skipper.
You see more of that.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you.
I'm truly honored to be speaking to two of you,
Same
and
here.
Gloria as well. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And to our viewers, keep watching and watch out for the next episode.